Okay guys, so we waited a bit, so now let's get into the charts and to do the actual work. If anyone is gonna join, they can just catch on. So yeah. So firstly, let's take a look at Bitcoin. I'm still long on it. Swing long, decided to add this position, but was like a small one, so my entry is like around here, still pretty decent. Today we had CPI data and was cold, so that's good. But honestly, I expected like a reaction. Bitcoin is just flat, doing nothing, boring. I was expecting like maybe a drop down and then pump, or like any move, and we got absolutely nothing. So pretty disappointed with that, honestly. Because today actually we were looking for a potential second entry on Bitcoin, which was also posted as a trade, and pretty much on trend line, and we used Fips. So yeah, was hoping to get this one filled, but maybe tomorrow or later, but for now I don't think much gonna happen. And this area would basically be like the last flush before higher. If we use Ichi Cloud, basically what are we looking for is like this area with the blue TK line and top of the cloud, which should act as a solid support. So ideally we have these lows and want to see a quick flush down, find support here and make the next leg up. But as I said, like in previous stream, it's possible because here we had resistance that we could see something like this, come a bit lower and continue higher. But from range perspective, like we have range highs here, so that would be the next target, and after that this trend line is pretty close. So if you are long, what I would do is wait for the move up, assuming it happens, and start exiting here and here, and then leave something for higher because we have targets above. So let's clean that out. A possible scenario that could happen, and honestly would be pretty nasty, we are close to range highs now, so we could wick just a little bit above, people would get bullish, break out new all-time highs, and price could just deviate back below inside the range, test range highs as resistance and start dropping lower. And maybe we see that play out into the summer, which is usually shitty, a lot of bleeding and slow price action. So I would have this scenario in mind. From here I think we're gonna see a new all-time high. That's my idea. I don't believe we're going down before higher, but yeah, best to have multiple scenarios, but most of my scenarios are still aiming higher first, and then we're gonna see what happens. Besides that, honestly, Bitcoin is super boring. What I was thinking we are doing actually is, like, if we zoom out a little bit, since the April bottom, what we're seeing is like consolidation, leg up, another consolidation, leg up, consolidation, leg up, then we rejected a bit, pulled back, and we just had a leg up. So why not make consolidation over the weekend, and next week we are going to see a leg up? Would that make sense to you guys? Because so far on higher time frames that looks like what the BTC is doing, at least to me, because no movement around here, and probably people would start shorting more, which would build liquidity, and yeah. So to recap previous stream, let's check out USDT dominance. This was the plan basically, which is playing out so far. Just to quickly summarize everything, we called, bounce here, which would cause Bitcoin and shitcoins to bleed. What happened? Basically, USDT dominance moved up and we had a bleed on Bitcoin and shitcoins. Then rejection here at FIPS 0.31. Pretty nice rejection, broke this micro support into the blue box, which is a bit stronger support, but what I'm anticipating now is USDT dominance is going to drop further down here at 4.3 to 4% levels, and that should cause Bitcoin to make new all-time highs. Again, with this in mind, that Bitcoin could just chop around here, we could see something like this repeat here. USDT dominance just going sideways throughout the weekend, and next week we are going to see the move down. Overall, my plan is to see a move down. I don't think this is going to make higher high. If it does, probably Bitcoin could go below 100k, which would not be nice. So yeah, you could keep track of USDT dominance as confluence to your Bitcoin trades to know when to go long, when to short. Like if we add a clean Bitcoin chart to USDT dominance to compare. You can see here USDT dominance stopped, Bitcoin bottomed. Here small local top, and Bitcoin moves up. So they are pretty much correlated, and you could do technical analysis on USDT dominance and take trades based off that on Bitcoin. So I think that's something we should focus more on. It's a pretty good tool to add confirmation to your trades on Bitcoin. So I think you should definitely try it out if you want to play a little bit with the charts. So let's take a look at S&P quickly. That's basically the plan. Not much, slow move up, everything is still the same. We chopped around yearly open a little bit, then pushed up. Here is the next resistance, basically previous all-time highs, but I think S&P is going to push above. And around here, these fib levels, what, 6.3, 0.4k, I would look for a local top maybe and a move down. But honestly, since S&P is looking pretty good, I think we can just forget about it a little bit and mainly focus on Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance breaking down nicely. We had an interesting plan for this one, that we are going to see two new highs, so basically something like this: pump, reject, here altcoins rally and move up again, altcoins get wrecked before the actual drop. And honestly, I think we can invalidate this setup or idea, which I shared like a few weeks back, because here, just price action, this is losing momentum and I think it's going to break down. We can look for sweep of these lows and these lows next if the blue box breaks. If we see blue box break, then I would look for something like this maybe. Could come all the way down to the trend line and then bounce again. So altcoins could like run a little bit here, which we're seeing already this week. So yeah. Now let's check total 3/BTC. If you don't have this chart, I would definitely add it to your watch list. Pretty important for altcoins. Honestly, I think it's more important than Bitcoin dominance. So on a weekly, it looks like this chart found like local bottom. Main case still remains. This is going lower, so be cautious about buying altcoins, in my opinion. Of course, could get invalidated, but that's my idea. This is going lower, so I would just trade shitcoins and don't buy spot, honestly. But shorter term, this looks like sort of a bottom and could see like a small pump up. And probably over the summer, this is coming down. But zooming out, this chart really does not look bullish at all, which means you cannot be bullish on altcoins. Even if they pump 10% in a week, they're not bullish, in my opinion. Unless this starts putting an uptrend, or at least something, because it's just dying, slowly moving up, down. Unless we see something like this, I would not be bullish at all on altcoins. Just get out, make some profits, and that's it. What do you guys think it's going to happen over summer? Some people are calling for a old season that's gonna surprise everyone. Hello, hello. Yeah, I'm doing pretty fine. How about you? What were you up to today? Uni done for today or like for longer? Oh, that's nice. When do you get back again? Oh, so you have some time off, like to go on holidays or something, sleep more. Okay guys, now we covered Bitcoin. Again, nothing much. We can take a look at M2 money supply a little bit. So let's remove some of these. I think the current one we can remove, and I would just look at the orange one. So that's what, 78 days offset seems like the best one here. So like just looking at this, yeah, we can basically see like here M2 had like a small pullback, and same happened with Bitcoin. And now I think we can anticipate the next move up. Oh, we can stretch that a little bit probably. Yeah, like this. Do you guys think we should follow more this correlation with M2? Because we never really looked at it before in Bitcoin weekly updates or streams. I know some people use it a lot, like for what Bitcoin is going to do next. Yeah, probably. I think probably it has some value, but in my opinion, people just use M2 money supply to justify how Bitcoin moves. Or there's actually some magic to it, like correlation or whatever, but yeah, it's been working pretty good. Yeah, I do agree. I know some people like to experiment with offsets, putting it a little bit further backwards and stuff. Like if we take a look at here, seems pretty accurate though. So now we should get this. Like maybe this part is actually this move. Though M2 put a major higher high, which could mean Bitcoin is going to do the same. But yeah, just like quickly take a look. I'm not tracking this personally, but you can always access these charts in the live charts if you want to check it out. But yeah, honestly, I like to look at USDT dominance more. For me, that's better to find correlation what Bitcoin is gonna do next. Yeah. Well, I definitely hope there's more upside to Bitcoin before we reject. My main idea is still we're going to make a new high in June and probably just like lock in a lot of gains and trade some profits over summer and see what happens. I would definitely maybe risk a bit less over summer, just because like I think it's gonna be a shitty month, a shitty period. All that talk about how summer is going to be massive for alts, I think just that's just some hype, some bullshit. Yeah, that's basically what we were talking before. Like, to go back, basically just this: chop, leg up, chop, well, leg down, but this is pretty much just chop, leg up, maybe chop until tomorrow, and then leg up. Now let's take a look at Ethereum. This is the trade idea I shared today, but looks like it's not going to get filled. Would basically just look at weekly levels and Monday range to explain a little bit why I like this trade. Ethereum broke above Monday range, which is Monday highs are here. And what I was looking for on CPI data release, we are going to get like just a quick flush to retest Monday highs and previous weekly highs, and then start climbing back up. Of course that didn't happen, so pretty much we can scratch up this idea. And it's also breaking the trend line. Next target is here, 3k. But honestly, I know some people in the member section talked about 3.5k. So if we go on weekly, 3.5. Mainly, I'm where is it? I'm just looking at that macro pitchfork mainly. The rest I don't care much. Yeah, here. So the highest target on this pitchfork is basically this, right at 3k. So, but what's happening basically, since the bottom in April on Bitcoin and Ethereum, they ignore these median lines and just keep grinding up. We get like a small rejection, but eventually price moves up. And I know some people that were calling like 800 Ethereum. So I know some people on Twitter like had this idea, we're gonna do this, just move down. Even they are started to call for here. So I don't know, is that top signal or something? But yeah, honestly, I'm not looking to jump in any trades right now. Just observing. You guys interested in longing or shorting Ethereum? I know Leon took a pretty nice short. Oh, that's nice. What's it? At what price? And yeah, again, seems like Ethereum is just repeating this pattern here, like consolidation, explosive move up, again consolidation in a range. And yeah, if it's going to match this pattern, honestly would make sense to overshoot 3k and go like maybe here some weeks to sweep. So that would be what? Yeah, pretty much 3.5k around there to take out some weeks. Could see that honestly. Yeah, but you made profit, so that's good. Guys, does this chart look to you like it can make a new all-time high, or at least get somewhere here? If we take this away, just by raw price action, what do you guys think? But yeah, I think Ethereum has like cycles split in half, so there are 2 times more weekly lows as on Bitcoin. Yeah, we also we took a BNB swing long, which is basically at entry, and I was saying that we can just expect this one like to go sideways in red, maybe in green, and then make a move up. But overall, I'm anticipating BNB to take some of these highs here, like take some, maybe just this one, move here and then reject, but I would actually target new all-time highs. Yeah, it depends if we get any surprise tweet that's gonna nuke Bitcoin. Yeah, BNB is pretty strong, so that's why I decided to go swing long, because even if Bitcoin drops, I think this is going to retest Monday lows, or what? Yeah, no, weekly open and monthly open, and make a move back up. So if we get something like this, I'm probably just gonna add here, but letting this one play out. Stop loss is pretty wide, so I think this one should be good. Let's take a look at some other trades we took. Pepe is still playing out, but yeah, basically just as planned. The plan was it's going to move higher because, let's go on the weekly, hit a key level of previous range highs and started to bounce. And yeah, there was also confluence actually with 0.31 on log scale. So yeah, I like the setup, took it, and so far on daily it looks great. This was the resistance, red box, and if Pepe wanted to go lower, in my opinion it would be from here. So the second scenario was it's going to reject and move lower, broke above, and honestly I'm just letting this play out. Probably just needs a little bit more time, but I think eventually we're going here, and yeah, hoping for a full TP. Because altcoins are pretty strong right now, even with Bitcoin just going sideways and bleeding a little bit, which is good to see. Good to see if you have shitcoin longs. Also posted CRV, which is still about to play out, but I just full exited in this chop area because I didn't want to deal with waiting for this one. But broke resistance, and maybe we can find a new setup on a trend line, retest and bounce. Like, let's do that now. So basically, first let's take a look at Monday range. So key levels again would be here: weekly open, previous monthly low, if previous weekly high doesn't hold price up. So monthly range, let's see what we got. Didn't even go for the lows, just pumped above, and it's holding monthly highs, so that's bullish to me. If we see price go below and just deviate back into the range, then I would wait for Monday lows to get swept. Otherwise, I think this is just going higher. Like, to give a little bit more context for Monday range, what you can do is basically don't trade the weekend, don't trade the Monday, and like price is going to do whatever it wants to do. Make a low, make a high, and then close somewhere. So that's your Monday high and your Monday low, and then you just wanna wait to see what happens. If price comes down to Monday low, takes out the lows, and pumps back above, inside the range, above Monday low, then you want to look for longs, basically targeting Monday highs or any levels above. So what you would do, basically, stop loss below Monday lows or weekly levels and higher targets. That's pretty much how I'm trading recently. Just wait for price to take out lows or highs and then see some momentum and then jump on some trades. Other thing you can wait for is price to pump up, take out Monday highs and drop back into the range, and then you can look for shorts, like something like this. Again, your invalidation would be the new highs and you just target Monday lows. We took Solana trade based off that, which hit full TP. It was pretty nice one. And the third scenario you can find, and works same thing for a bearish case: price pumping above Monday highs, holding there, and making a move even higher. So then you could find some confluence with EMAs or FIPS, and yeah, just go like this. But then your invalidation is a bit tricky, can't be inside the range, should be like lower, so then you have to have like higher targets to make it worth it. So yeah, pretty much that's what I'm looking here. I just took one pretty nice trade, so honestly I don't think I'm in a rush to take any new trades on CRV, but if you want to, you can just wait to see what happens here and find some confluence. Like, let's use some pitchforks. So yeah, original pitchfork matches this idea. If price is going back inside Monday range, just wait for Monday lows to get taken out, and yeah, you can just trade original pitchfork in that case, or if it takes a little bit longer, shift, but first would wait for Monday lows to get taken out. And yeah, but yeah, actually maybe you could just like start building a position here. Another thing I like to use is 50 EMA cross, so basically 50 EMA on daily and 4 hour, and here you can see they're about to cross. So you could wait like 1 more day or 2 more days to have this confirmed. So like both crossing, and then you just long. Yeah. To go back a little bit, you can see like what happens. They cross and pretty much same thing. Chops, then EMAs cross and price just starts moving upwards. And it's also holding above Monday highs and previous weekly lows. Previous weekly highs, sorry. So yeah, could find some setups like this if you're guys interested. Injective also took a trade and hit 2 out of 4 TPs we had, but honestly I just exited here because position was small and just wanted to get some trades out of the way. But yeah, could find another setup. Like I was looking at that before CPI if we would come a little bit lower, but for now I would just let this one do whatever. Bong also played out, posted over the weekend. Banana was a pretty nice Monday trade, like hit full TP. We also had Cake, which was posted in both sections. And then we looked at a new Cake setup, which is probably not getting filled. Yeah, probably it's just running to take out the highs. So honestly not much to do, sadly here, just chill. Cookie was pretty interesting one, posted in member section as a trade idea. I was about to take it, but this chop made me reconsider and decided to wait, and then it just pumped. But yeah. Doge is pretty interesting, just did some TA. You could probably find some swing trades here. So the idea is basically Doge hit a pretty important level here and started to bounce, and probably it's going to this red box. At least that's what I'm thinking. So far it's playing out. I think I posted this one on Monday. No trades, just like the idea that Doge is probably moving up. Like, let's take a look at some levels. Yeah, again, pretty much just pumped above Monday highs, and it's probably going to just move higher. Previous monthly highs, that would be the target. And yeah, right now is just inside the Ichi cloud, so you could wait for price to move up outside of the Ichi cloud above, retest and make a move. So based off Ichi cloud, what you want to do is wait. Right now is no trade zone, and then something like this would be ideal. Probably gonna post something if that happens. Would be interesting to get some setups on this shitcoin. Do you guys want any shitcoins, any TA, or to find setups? Now we can also take a look at gold chart. What's gold up to? Oh. So I was looking to take this long position, but still has to come lower if it's going to fill. Would be pretty nice, honestly, to get some gold trades. Yeah, you have a lot of shitcoins that just nuked down and are consolidating with no pumps. I think Usual is one like that. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Look at these guys. Total shitcoin. Like, what the fuck? Just bam. And pretty much dead this whole time. No movement. Probably swept Monday lows. No. You could wait for EMA cross, like 4-hour EMA, to get above daily and then just long it with 10x leverage, and it's probably moving higher. But as of now, yeah, on daily it is just at resistance, and then you have a stronger resistance here. So let's see where is weekly open and monthly open. If you had to force a trade, I would do probably something like this and target some of these highs if you wanted to long right now. I wouldn't be surprised if this actually moves up. But I would be cautious about risk, not much, like just some lunch money or something. If stop loss hits, you don't get hurt. I was also looking to go short on OP, like just this pitchfork level, but probably I'm going to wait for a little bit higher, something like this. Because like if you look at the chart on higher time frames, it looks pretty bad, honestly. Like, but again, yeah, pretty much could see this one move up first. In case it does, this would be probably where it's going to, and then reject. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking to short this one when time is right, but because of Bitcoin, I think we have to wait, but definitely going to short it. And Lodo is pretty much same thing, I think, yeah, but breaking above. Let's remove stuff, and yeah. Pretty much same thing, but honestly could see this one move all the way to here, something like this maybe. But this one is also on my watch list for big shorts. Yeah, for sure, small size on shitcoins, definitely. Like if you can find one good Bitcoin trade with bigger size, and then you just trade shitcoins on the side, make small gains, and the big money comes from Bitcoin. That's basically what I'm doing this month, and it's way less stressful and much better results. So yeah. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Like, we did go over some stuff, covered Bitcoin, Ethereum, gave some recaps on trade ideas, and like looked a little bit at stuff if we can find anything. But honestly, I think this week is just touch grass and do nothing, let things play out. But you can definitely use the Monday range concept to find some setups yourself if you want. Hope that helped, so you can better understand how I pick trades. Okay guys, thanks for tuning in. Probably gonna do one over the weekend. Hope some stuff actually happens, so we have some interesting things to talk about, because right now pretty boring, not much to do. Enjoy your day guys, bye bye.